So if you're watching this video right now, you are considering joining a place like RealBroker. And before you schedule a call with me or any other agent with Real, hopefully you schedule a call with me if you're watching this video, I want to walk through some of the costs that are associated with hanging your license at a place like RealBroker. So you've watched enough videos from this channel and you should know quite a bit about RealBroker, but if you don't, my name is Marvin at Sold by Marvin on Instagram and TikTok. Give me a follow there. And my objective with every single video is to help you as the agent get better, get sharper, and get faster. And if you see the value in moving from the particular brokerage that you're with, which could be a small indie brokerage, or you could be with one of the big ones, and you have heard a lot about RealBroker, and you just kind of want to get an idea of how much it'll cost, this video is going to be helpful for you. And at the very end of this video, because you want to watch to the end, because I've got a special tip to share at the very end on how to maximize your time here at RealBroker, book a call at the link in the first pinned comment below, or click this QR code right here. It'll take you directly to my calendar and we can have a conversation in more detail about your specific situation. So to be an agent here at a place like RealBroker is very cost effective for a number of reasons. When you're at any brokerage, if you are paying a monthly fee, because it's a typical mom and pop or a brick and mortar, whether you have a sale or not, you are agreeing to be the passive income for that particular brokerage. No agent's going to tell you that. No broker's going to tell you that. They're going to tell you, no, you have access to free Wi-Fi. If you need to print something, if you need to use an office space, that's what's covered by this fee. Even some cloud-based brokers that will not be named have a monthly fee. I have no idea what for, but that is the approach that they are taking, which I guess it only makes sense to that broker and the shareholders of that broker, because they got to get their passive income going. At Real Brokerage, you do not pay anything per month. Let's get that out of the way. You pay a join fee. The join fee is $249. But if you do not have a sale for 5 years after you've joined, you will not pay another dime out of pocket if you don't have a sale, okay? If you do have a sale, from your first 3 transactions of every anniversary, you will pay $250 for your first 3 deals. That's it. The $250 is what the brokerage calls a brokerage fee. So you don't pay anything monthly, but when you do have a sale, you pay $250 for your first 3 deals. After that, you don't pay any other arbitrary fee like that outside of the normal splits here at RealBroker. The splits here at RealBroker are 85-15, meaning that you keep 85% of the pie, Real keeps 15% of the pie, and once that 15% of the pie equals $12,000, you have officially hit your cap. So what does that mean? That means for the remainder of that anniversary year, you will be a 100% agent, but you will have some small fees or a small fee that we'll walk through in the shared screen right here. All right, so we are on the RealBroker website. How much does it cost to hang my license with Real? So you can, I'll leave the link for this as well in the description of this video so you can do your research as well. So as I mentioned, there's a $249 fee, one-time fee that you pay to join the brokerage. And then as I mentioned, it's an 85-15 split. Once that 15 that Real gets equals $12,000, which depending on your market might be one home, which is great, then that agent will no longer pay a commission split to the company. So for all intents and purposes, you will be a 100% commission agent until your anniversary resets. Each transaction, after the $250 for your first 3 deals that I mentioned, you do pay a $40 compliance and broker review fee that covers your broker review costs for a broker to confirm your paperwork, everything's in good order, the broker stands behind the contract, and your E&O is also part of that $40 fee. What's different with Real versus some other brokerages is they will charge you E&O whether you have a sale or not. That might even be in addition to the amount that you pay the brokerage monthly. Whether you have a sale or not, at many brokerages, you still pay your E&O insurance per month. Real does not do that, which is pretty awesome. They only charge the E&O fee when you have a sale, which is, most agents are completely cool with that. Now, after post-transaction, you are 100% agent, 100% commission, I should say. but you do pay a $285 per transaction fee. So you are 100% commission minus a $285 per transaction post-cap transaction fee. After reaching elite status, that transaction fee goes down to $129, which is awesome. I want to also circle back for my team leaders here. So for team leaders, the cap is $12,000 for the team lead. And for team members, if you come here on a team, then your cap is not $12,000. Your cap is actually $6,000. You still pay the $40 compliance and broker review fee, and that's split across all members of the team. So the example it's given right here is if you split your transaction 80-20 with the team member, 80-20, then the team member will pay $32, which is 80% of $40, and the team leader will pay $8, which is 20% of $40. So I think it's very important here to understand what you're going to walk away with as the real estate agent when you have your sale. Some brokerages are like 70-30. I know many of the brick and mortar brokerages that are out there are 70-30, and you have the ability to get to a higher split. The cap is usually, remember, the cap represents the portion of that 30 that other brokerage gets. Their cap amount might be something like $20,000, $30,000, or it may be a brokerage that doesn't have a cap. You will always pay in perpetuity a 70-30 split or an 80-20 or whatever. And that can be problematic because at a place like Real, with the amount of technology that is offered, I think that if you're still paying a split to a broker and it's because you're a part of some upline or downline or this pack or that crew or whatever the case is, you got to start looking at yourself as a commodity. You are enough, not the team or the upline or the pack that you're a part of. You as the agent are enough. And I can tell you with blessed assurance that if you make the decision to leave that downline or upline or brokerage, they're going to try to make you feel bad. Like, oh, you're nothing without us. We're going to completely take away this, or you're going to be excommunicated, for lack of a better word. But I can tell you as a guy that left a pretty sizable group at my previous brokerage that I am in a much better position financially than I ever was at my previous brokerage. I have more agent partners than I could ever imagine here at RealBroker. And it let me know very quickly that it wasn't me, it was the product, if you will, that I was selling. So I think that it's important as we are, depending on when you're watching this, but as we are closing out the year, or if you've just started the year, to really truly take inventory of the brokerage that you were at. How have they served you? And have you done more work for them than they have done for you as the agent? Are you paying a monthly fee? And because the block has been pretty cold for many of us, have you found that it's gotten to be more expensive to be a part of this particular group or upline or whatever than the juice not being quite worth the squeeze? I think as the way that I approach business, and I've had this rule in place throughout my career when I worked 9 to 5s or whatever the case is. Every 3 years, I take inventory of where I've chosen to spend the majority of my time career-wise. Whatever brokerage it is or whatever company, whatever the case is, I take inventory every 3 years because I think that that's a good snapshot of time to know whether it serves me to re-up, if you will, like most athletes, to sign a long-term deal. That's when you know you're going to be at a place that you are truly wanting to be planted. And I think too many agents just kind of flutter about from brokerage to brokerage, which can get pretty expensive. Because if I'm printing business cards for one broker or for sale signs for another broker, because I left another broker and I got to keep doing this whole thing over and over again, before I look back, I'm going to say, you know what? I haven't made any sales to justify the turnover that I'm having. I mean, it's agents that are out there that literally will be at 4 to 5 different brokerages in a year. And there's no judgment if you're that person. But what I will tell you is wherever you go, there you are. So I think that it's important to realize that your expectations for whatever brokerage you're at, it has to make sense for you, but it also has to make sense for that brokerage. So for me, the cost associated are one factor, which is what we're talking about in today's video. Economically, it's just cheaper to be at a place like Real, but the cheap doesn't mean that it's a lack of quality. So I've heard it said by some of my contractor buddies is if you want something good and cheap, it won't be fast. If you want something fast and cheap, it won't be good. So you have to take inventory on where you fall in those three areas. Do you want to grow your business fast? Do you want to grow your business cheaply? Or do you want to grow your business goodly, if you will? And you have to make the decision. If I want to grow my business good and fast, then it won't be cheap, unless you're at a place like Real, which is ironic. And with the technology and the things that we're doing with Leo, which is our AI, our Real wallet, which I leverage all the time to pay for meals for clients and have strategy meetings and things of that nature. Every agent at a place like Real gets a 100% free business checking account. In addition to that, you also get a free tax account where you can automate, which I love automation personally. Your commission, as soon as it hits, it can go into your, however much you want to go into your operating account, and then automatically set rules to move money into your tax account. That way, come the end of the year, you're not scrambling for how you're going to pay your tax bill because we're 1099. Real has already done that heavy lifting for us as agents, and they're not charging us anything extra to do it. If you want to build a business within your business, we have the revenue share model, which is one of the most generous revenue share models that I have ever seen. Other cloud-based brokerages offer revenue share, but heaven forbid something happens to you as that agent, your beneficiary would have to go get their real estate license in order to receive that revenue share. So that means if you're adding value to other agents and they make the decision to join you, and you get, as a thank you from the company, a piece of the portion that brokerage gets anyway, and something happens to you from an estate planning, you know, I'm a money guy. So from an estate planning perspective, I want to make sure if heaven forbid something happened to me, that my wife and our kid are good from the efforts that I'm putting forth through platforms like YouTube and my business that I'm growing. Other brokerages don't let you do that. They tell you, in addition to being sad that you're gone, your person or your beneficiary has to go get their real estate license before they can benefit from the revenue share. And I think that's problematic for a number of reasons that we won't discuss on this video. So really truly take inventory if you are tired of the way things have been happening at your current brokerage, and give a place like Real, take a look under the hood, have a conversation with me, have a conversation with someone locally if you're not here in the state of Georgia. I can still be one of your co-sponsors, even if you're in New Orleans or California or New York, and you might say, hey Marvin, I love your videos, I love the content, I love how excited you are about a place like Real, but I need someone local, man. I can still be your co-sponsor. That's the great thing about the model here at Real, is that you can have two sharks that are there to support your business here at Real, and it's just the greatest thing to be aligned with. So let me know in the comments below, have you been considering RealBroker? Did this video provide some clarity from the underlying cost associated with it? If you want to take a look at your numbers and see how things measure up being at a place like Real, I'll leave a free calculator for you in the first pinned comment so you can run your own numbers to see if it makes sense based on your cap status, based on the fees that you're paying the brokerage, based on some of those things that you are not really thinking about as we're doing some year-end business planning, and see if it makes sense to be at a place like Real based on the calculator. The calculator is free, it's below, you can do your thing. And then once you've done that, book a call with your brother, your uncle, and let's talk through what direct alignment looks like. All right, before you jump off this video, if you are a buyer's agent, I think you'll get value from this video right here. This is a great video that I did where I broke down some strategies that will help you get your buyer's offers accepted. I want you to make sure you watch one more video from your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.